America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, Honorable City Council, to our City Treasurer, our City Attorney, our Chief of Staff, Administrative Staff, those, our audience here in our City Council chambers, and those viewing via our broadcast channel and YouTube Live. Welcome to the City of Romulus City Council regular meeting. Today is Monday, June 27th, 2022. Members of the public wishing to participate in this meeting may do so under the public comment portion of the agenda. Please fill out a request to speak public comment card located on the table in the back of the chambers and hand it to me, the Deputy Clerk. Additionally, members of the public who are viewing tonight's meeting via our broadcast channel or YouTube Live can submit their comments to public comment at romulusgov.com. And at this time, we will have roll call. Councilwoman Abdo.
Here.
Councilman Barden.
Here.
Councilwoman Roscoe.
Here.
Councilwoman Talley.
Here.
Councilman Wadsworth.
Here.
Councilwoman Webb.
She's excused.
So noted. And Councilwoman Williams.
Here.
Mr. Chair, there is a quorum for tonight's meeting.
Thank you.
Tonight's meeting agenda is as follows. Number 1, agenda. Number 2, minutes. Number 3, petitioner. 4, chairperson's report. 5, mayor's report. 6, clerk's report. 7, treasurer's report. 8, public comment. 9, unfinished business. 10, new business. 11, warrant. 12, communication. And number 13 is adjournment. And at this time, a motion will be in order to accept tonight's meeting agenda as presented.
So moved to accept the agenda that's presented.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Abdo, to approve of agenda as presented. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Webb?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Boy. At least I got the agenda right anyway, right? Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. Agenda item 2A for approval are the minutes from the regular meeting held on Monday, June 13, 2022 at 7:30 p.m.
Mr. Chairman, I will move that we approve the council meeting from the regular meeting that was held on June the 13th of 2022.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Talley, for approval of the minutes from our regular meeting which held Monday, June the 13th at 7:30. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. Agenda item 2B for approval are the minutes from the special meeting study session and public hearing held on Monday, June 13, 2022 at 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. respectively to discuss the Brownfield Plan proposal from Ashley Capital.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion for approval of minutes from the special meeting which was held on June 13th.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for approval of the minutes from our special meeting which was held on June 13th. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, City Council. There are no petitioners for tonight's meeting. That brings us to number 4, the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk. There was no special meeting tonight. A couple of things I want to do is, first I want to wish Roberta Capistiti happy birthday. And I want to also wish Mr. Wadsworth his 55th anniversary.
Yeah.
55.
55, wow. Same age as I am.
That was perfect.
And another thing I want to mention is I went to the cemetery to visit my son and sister and brothers. And I just want to say that, boy, that cemetery was really kept up really nice. The cemetery board is doing a really great job with that. Ms. Abdo and her committee, they're really doing a great job. And wow. And another thing I want to make an announcement is Gloria Chapman, and for Mr. Sheldon and Gloria Chandler, their 65th anniversary. 65th anniversary. Gloria and Sheldon. What
Mr. Chairman,
accomplishment.
I'll move that we make a congratulation to
I'll
the
support
proper
that.
documents for it.
Pardon, I'm sorry. Please.
I
Resolution.
don't want
go
to say
ahead.
memorial.
You want to make a resolution? Go ahead, Mr. Watson.
Yeah, we want to pass a resolution and give them the appropriate documents
Okay.
explaining their wonderful 65 years at the corner of Wickenazga.
Yeah,
Right,
For
great.
years.
I'll support that.
Okay, that's what an honor. It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for a resolution for the 65th anniversary for the Chandlers. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, that motion is approved. I'd like to have someone make a resolution for Mr. Wadsworth for his 55th.
I'll make that resolution.
I support that.
Okay. Been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley, for the Wadsworth anniversary, 55 years. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
I probably should abstain, but I'll vote yes.
Okay. All
I
right.
like the marriage quite well.
Yeah. You know what, and I'll say yes, too. The motion approved.
Thank you.
That concludes the chairperson's report.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to accept your report.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley, for approval of the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Good evening, City Council, Madam Treasurer and Deputy Clerk, and the audience here as well as at home. My name is Julie Waitoko, and I'll be sitting in for the mayor this evening, presenting his report. And before we get started, we have a short video clip to show you on some upcoming events.
Hello, I'm Mary Dreer, and here are some of the events happening in Romulus. A reminder that our city offices will be closed on Monday, July 4th. The next Sounds in Downtown will take place on Friday, July 8th. 10th Street Tuesday will play a variety of oldies but goodies beginning at 7 p.m. The annual Roaring Thunder for Vets, a Wounded American charity motorcycle ride, is going to make its way through Romulus for the very first time. Bring your lawn chairs and join us at the Romulus Historical Park on Saturday, July 9th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. for food, games, and fun for the whole family as we wait for the motorcycle ride to pass through Romulus. Mayor McCray will be participating in the ride. This annual fundraiser raises thousands of dollars to help local veterans. Help us lead this challenge against our neighboring communities. Veterans are free and donations are accepted from all others. Let's show that Romulus is up for the challenge. Thanks everyone. Remember to like and share us on Facebook and YouTube or visit our website for more information. Have a great night.
Okay, and with that, I'll get into the mayor's report. The first item that we have this evening is a request for reappointments, item 5A. That's reappointments for the Historical Commission, and that would be to reappoint Terrell Bird, Sheldon Chandler, William Crane, Mark Lukowitz, Cindy Roten, Virgil Varner, Gerald Wenland, with terms to expire on December 29th, 2023.
Mr. Chair? I'll
Yes.
make that motion.
Abdo?
I'll make that motion that we concur with administration and reappoint the names mentioned to the Historical Commission.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Williams, for Historical Commission appointments. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, Council. Item 5B under the mayor's report this evening is a request for your authorization for the mayor and clerk to enter into a contract with Campbell, Inc. to install new controls for the HVAC systems of the following city facilities: DPW, Library, City Hall, the former court, Police Department, and Fire Station 4 at a cost of $104,369.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion for
I'll support
HVAC
it.
controls contract for Campbell's Incorporated in the cost of $104,369.
I'll support it, and I have a question.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth, for HVAC controls contract, Campbell Incorporated. Discussion, Mr. Wadsworth.
If I could, Julie, why isn't station number 2 on there?
Roberto's here, and he can answer that.
Yeah, historically, it hasn't been connected to the network, so to put that infrastructure in is a pretty substantial cost.
Okay.
There's a few buildings that are not included in this. The senior center that was built after Honeywell had put in the system network, so we're only attaching what was originally in the cost savings plan.
Okay,
But
fine.
we can add
fine.
buildings on little by little.
Thank you.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council. And the last item under the mayor's report this evening is item 5C, and this is a request for council to authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into an agreement with Dorsey College EMS Division Clinical Training Affiliation Agreement between the Romulus Fire Department and Dorsey College to provide clinical training experience for Dorsey College emergency medical students.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, and Ms.
I'd like
Talley.
to make that motion to concur with administration and authorize the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached Dorsey College EMS Division Clinical Training Affiliation Agreement between the Romulus Fire Department and Dorsey College to provide clinical training experience for Dorsey College emergency medical students.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Talley, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for Dorsey College EMS Division Clinical Program Affiliation Agreement. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Thank you, council, and that will conclude the mayor's report.
Thank you, Chief of Staff.
Thank you, Mrs. Waitoko. Number 6 is the clerk's report. There's only one item under the clerk's report, but it requires 2 actions from council. On June 13, 2022, a special meeting study session and public hearing was held before City Council to discuss the Brownfield redevelopment plan from Ashley Capital. The proposed Brownfield redevelopment plan was approved and recommended to council by the Romulus Brownfield Redevelopment Authority at their June 8th regular meeting. 2 actions are requested of council. The first action is to concur with the recommendation of the Romulus Brownfield Redevelopment Authority and adopt the Brownfield redevelopment plan proposal for Romulus Distribution Center 2 LLC at the address 36775 E-Course, 36411 E-Course, and parcel numbers 80-030-99-0006-700 and parcel number 80-028-99-0012-703 in the city of Romulus, within which the authority shall exercise its power, all pursuant to and in accordance with the provisions of the Brownfield Redevelopment Financing Act, being Act 381 of the Public Acts of the State of Michigan of 1996, as amended based on the findings of the public hearing held on Monday, June 13, 2022.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms. Roscoe?
I'll make that motion to concur with the recommendation of the Romulus Brownfield Redevelopment Authority and adopt the Brownfield Redevelopment Plan proposal for the Romulus Distribution Center located at 36775 E-Course, 36411 E-Course, and parcels numbers as read by the deputy clerk.
Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Talley, for recommendation of the Romulus Brownfield Redevelopment Authority. Any discussion?
John?
Hearing no discussion. Oh, Mr. Wadsworth.
If I could, and I guess I should I guess I should address this to Mary. Does this mean that the process of starting to clean it up will start? Or,
Thank you. This will begin the process, so they still have quite a bit of ways to go through, but this will start the process on our end. They still have to go through several permitting processes through EGLE.
okay, are they going to be taking things out of there, Mary?
I'm sorry.
Are they going to be removing stuff out of the ground, or it's more of a covering it up?
As they discussed in their public hearing presentation, they would be doing the grading, which would just level out the property, which would then put those spears on top to cap it.
Okay, fine. Thank
Ms.
you.
Williams?
Yes, and since, my concern was, and I had several residents to ask me the question, was this the same property that Romulus did the fireworks?
Yes.
So have they considered another area since now the city is selling that property?
I would have to defer to possibly.
That resident wanted me to ask that question. And also, do you have the dollar amount that the Brownfield have in its fund?
Currently in this fund?
Yes.
For this project, that we are starting at 0. As you may recall, we have one other brownfield project within our community, and that brings in just a little bit each year, just based on the layers of the, I guess, the abatement and incentives that were on there. So that brings in about $5,000, and that is for the PAC spec property. This one will currently start off at 0. However, Ashley Capital is going to contribute. In the next motion, you'll see $12,500 in order to be able to help us initiate those costs, so that the city wouldn't have to take on that burden.
Okay, because the study session was not, aired. When will the city actually start gaining taxes from Ashley Capital?
So currently, this property is being taxed. Once it was purchased by Ashley Capital, it then began to go back on the tax roll to collect taxes.
But for the city, or is it just for the school
For all
and the
taxing
county?
entities.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
If there's no other discussion, it's roll call vote.
I have a question.
Question, go ahead, Ms. Abdo.
So we are not actually removing the contaminated dirt and everything else? I'm confused on that, because,
No, through the chair, Neil Silver.
Yes, Neil.
Their plan is to actually reverse drill down their piers to support the building, so no contamination will have to be uncovered and removed from the site. And then the entire site is going to be capped with either clay or concrete, so that water infiltrating in will not continue to get into the landfill and into the sewers and runoff. So
is
it's
this
going to be-
something which is and is this something which the state approves, or the
Yes,
state?
absolutely, and so that you realize, if this is approved, the next motion is to approve the reimbursement agreement. The reimbursement agreement says that we're not going to reimburse them unless the state approves their activities.
Do they come regularly, the state, to evaluate what's going on, to make sure?
They really don't come on site, but they review the plans that they're doing and approve those plans as eligible in nature and good for the environment, or they wouldn't approve the capture.
Thank you.
Ms. Williams, you had something?
That's all.
Oh, okay. If there no other discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, that motion is approved.
Thank you, City Council. The second action under this item is to adopt a resolution for the Brownfield reimbursement agreement for Romulus Distribution Center 2 LLC at the 2 property addresses and parcels previously approved by council in the city of Romulus for the terms stated in the agreement and contingent upon the receipt of funds in the amount of $12,500 for the purpose of covering costs for AKT Peerless to review the Act 381 work plan and the first reimbursement request of eligible costs.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Ms.
I'll make that motion to adopt a resolution for the brownfield reimbursement agreement.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms., excuse me, supported by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Mr. Wadsworth for resolution for the brownfield reimbursement agreement for the Romulus Distribution Center. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe.
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth.
Yes.
Ms. Williams.
Yes.
Ms. Abdo.
Yes.
Ms. Talley.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion is approved.
Thank you, City Council. Just before I conclude the clerk's report, just a few reminders to our residents and voters that absentee ballots were mailed out at the end of last week to voters who submitted an application requesting to vote by absentee. Those ballots, voters should start receiving those ballots this week. And if voters do not receive their ballots in 5 days, we're asking them to contact the clerk's office. Our phone number is 734-942-7540. Additionally, this is a primary election, so that means straight party voting only. Voters may choose which party primary they want to participate in by voting in the column of the party of their choice, which means that if they want to vote Democrat, they can only vote in the Democratic column. If they want to vote Republican, they can only vote in the Republican column. If they vote in more than one of the party columns, it will void the partisan section of their ballots, and that's very important. We want every vote to count. In addition to the candidates that's on the primary ballot, there is a city proposal as well as the county proposal. Sample ballots are available on the city's website under the clerk's page, and it's under election and voter information. Physical copies of the sample ballots are available upon request at the clerk's office. Additionally, when voters send in their ballots, this is very important. We want to remind voters to please sign your ballots and sign it in the exact manner that is printed on your driver's license. This is to avoid any delays in our signature verification process. Also, only the voter in which the ballot has been issued to can sign this return envelope. Husbands cannot sign for their wives, wives cannot sign for the husbands, parents cannot sign for their children. Only the voter in which this absentee ballot was issued to can sign this ballot. It's actually a felony to forge a signature on a ballot that's been issued for an election. The ballots must be signed in order for your vote to count. In order for us to count your ballot, it has to be signed. Ballots can be returned at our convenient locations, which is the drop box in front of City Hall. There's a drop box in the vestibule of City Hall, as well as a drop box in the clerk's office. Additionally, the voters can put it in the mailbox because postage has been prepaid. And that is it. If there's any questions, inquiries, concerns, insecurities, voters can contact the clerk's office at 734-942-7540. And that will conclude the clerk's report.
Thank you, Deputy Clerk.
That brings us to number 7, Treasurer's Report.
Good evening, Council, Chief of Staff, Deputy Clerk, listening audience. I just have a couple reminders. Tax bills will be mailed this week, so please expect those. Of course, you can call the Treasurer's office if you have any questions. And then I just want to remind Council that the spreadsheet for the outstanding delinquent personal property tax went out in your email today, so if you have any questions, you can call my office. Thank you. And that
Thank you,
would be it for my
Treasurer.
report.
Thank you, Madam
John.
Treasurer. Number 8 is
John.
public
Oh,
comment.
Mr. Wadsworth.
I'm
I
sorry.
have a question for the treasurer over there. Oh, we got a list in the computer today that showed there's $345,000 of outstanding property taxes. Are we actively going after them, or are we just making phone calls, or what are we doing?
Letters are mailed out, phone calls are made repeatedly, visits are made, and we also get the attorney involved if need be for certified letters. And if you compare your last one to this one that just went out, you'll see a savings, a collection.
Yeah, I see it was smaller.
Yep.
Okay, fine.
So
Thank
we're
you.
actively always trying to collect.
Okay, Ms.
So
Reed.
to the treasurer, is it just homeowners, or is it just residents, or is it businesses also included?
So this would just be for businesses. It's delinquent personal property tax on the equipment that they use,
Oh,
that the
that's,
businesses
it's not
use.
resident.
Correct. The residents would go to the county.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, I just wanted to make that clear.
What was that number again? Treasurer?
I can give you an exact because I have it.
I mean,
here.
just round the figure.
Yep, yep.
Just ballpark.
It is $314,715.
Okay, thank you.
Number 8 is public comment. This is the portion of the agenda for those in the audience who would like to address City Council. The rules to address City Council can be found in the back of the meeting agenda. If you would like to address City Council, please raise your hand, and after being acknowledged by the chairperson, approach the podium and state your name. Please note, members of the public who submitted a public comment card will be called upon first. You will have 3 minutes to speak. Any additional time will be upon the consent of the chairperson. As a reminder, members of the public viewing tonight's meeting via the city's broadcast channel or YouTube Live can submit their public comments to publiccomment@romulusgov.com before the end of the public comment period. Mr. Chair, I did not receive any public comment cards.
Okay. Any comments from the audience? Yes, Ms. Sherry. How you pronounce it? I always get it messed up.
Sherry Gay Daniello.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, and thank you to this honorable body, all of you here. My name is Sherry Gay Daniello, and I am a candidate for the 13th Congressional District. I am a former Detroit Public Schools science teacher, as well as a former member of the legislature, serving 6 years, 3 terms in the House. I'm fighting to certainly make sure that we address our infrastructure challenges and all the problems that we have throughout the 13th district. As you know, this district is composed of a number of our downriver cities, including Romulus, Wyandotte, Wayne, Southgate, Lincoln Park, Allen Park, as well as Taylor, River Rouge, Ecorse, you name it. And so just understanding a myriad of the issues that exist in our downriver communities are consistent with what we see even in Dearborn Heights through Jeff Chalmers, the east side of Detroit, and even through the Grosse Points. Certainly my leadership has been modeled by my late mentor, Congressman John Conyers, someone who's brought resources home, but also one of my sister mentors, Carolyn Cheeks Kilpatrick, who taught me to always show up and to fight for all of our respective communities. And as someone who has brought more resources home to our communities, certainly she's someone that I celebrate and someone that I'd like to model my leadership by in the legislature. Infrastructure is a huge problem. Global warming, certainly as a former science teacher, is certainly important to me in addressing all the climate change issues. Public safety is also an issue, and I've gone through a number of municipalities and know that you all are struggling and dealing with how to balance your municipal funds and still invest in public safety. We know that there is federal dollars that can be brought home to make sure that we strengthen our public safety as well as our schools and address our infrastructure challenges. I was surprised when I first learned that the airport doesn't fund a number of the services that exist here in Romulus. I would venture to say that most people in the state really wouldn't realize that, and it shouldn't be that way. And so certainly I want to go and advocate to make sure that you all are the entryway to southeastern Michigan, and you should be supported as such. Anywhere else, as I've served on travel throughout our state, when you see those commercials talking about, you know, a great Michigan, welcome home to Michigan, certainly it starts here in Romulus. And being someone who will stand up to speak up and fight back on issues that are important to us. I see a number of our sisters around this table who are representing as strong women, whether elected and or appointed. I stand with you today as well as women who will be able to make choices about our own bodies. And as someone who's been a strong advocate in the legislature we must make sure that we do stand together, especially with the decisions that have come down through Supreme Court. I'm proud to have our police, our firefighters, our Moms Demand Actions Against Gun Violence, AMPAC, Engage, and the Network of Public Education who've endorsed me. So thank you, and I hope to have your support.
Thank you. Are there any other comments from the audience? No other comments from the audience? Deputy Clerk will close that part out.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Number 9 is unfinished business. Number 10 is new business. Number 11 is warrant. For approval is warrant number 22-12.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion, we pay warrant 22-12 in the following amounts. General Fund, $128,035.81. Major Street Fund, $660.90. Local Street Fund, $9,488.66. Public Safety Fund, $25,948.17. Cemetery Fund, $4,831. Cable TV, $268.67. Merriman Road Special Assessment, $547.06. Oakwood SAD, $129.16. Garbage and Rubbish Collection Fund, $98,220.63. Michigan Indigent Defense Fund, $30. 911 Service Fund, $9,129.74. NARC Forfeiture State, $36.01. Library Fund, $7,742.19. DDA, $12,533.96. Tifa District 2, $23,626.09. Water and Sewer, $135,618.80. Motor Vehicle, $19,523.27. Technology Services, $6,204.50. Retiree Insurance Benefits, $115,329.42. Revolving Fund, $5,711.50. Current Tax, $20. Payroll Funds, $102,925.05. Totaling of all funds, $706,560.59.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Talley, to pay warrant number 22-12 for $706,560.59. Discussion.
Yes. Yes, through the chair, I would like to ask the Mayor's Chief of Staff. I'm looking up under, it's on page 117 of 125, and it's concerning the Associate News. For April the 25th, 2022, the regular council meeting minutes is $204, and then for May the 9th, 2022, the regular council meeting minutes is $732. Why are we paying this kind of money for the newspaper to print the minutes? Wasn't that in the contract that they print the minutes?
Through the chair,
Yes, go ahead.
I will have to look further into the contract, but for that May 9th, that is for the passing of the city budget, and the budget was pretty large, so that accounts for that large
I mean, it
jump.
should have stated that, because, I've never seen us pay them this kind of money at one time. And even for April the 25th?
April the 25th, that's just for the regular council meeting minutes. I'll have to look to see how long or how large that agenda was to determine, the amount that was assessed for us.
Because I'm noticing they have at least maybe 8 different items that they're charging individually. The contract didn't include all of these, like ordinance, where they print, any changes in the ordinance or any notices. That wasn't in the contract?
Again, I will look into the contract, and I will submit a report to you to let you know what all was in the contract, and also send you a copy of the bid that was approved by council. regarding its rates of the Associated newspaper.
Okay, because you were saying that on May the 9th, the reason it's $732 is because they printed the budget. Did they print the entire budget or just portions of the budget? Because the paper is not even big enough, it's only 2 pages.
Well, it will be the General and Special Appropriation Act and tax levy that was authorized and approved by council.
Oh, that's what they printed?
Right.
And they charged $732 to print that?
That's normally our largest bill that we receive from, an invoice that we receive from Associated News because of the passage of the budget. And by charter, we have to publish that in the paper.
Oh, definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
No other comments, roll call vote. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
No.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Number 12 is communications.
Through the chair.
Yes, Ms. Talley.
Yeah, just some couple of, well, not a few. We had last week off, so I got a couple of things I want to do some shout outs for. We got a really busy city in Romulus. So on Tuesday, June 14th, we held a Flag Day. As everybody knows, Romulus does patriotism well. And we had a Flag Day, and Terry Cox received the flag on that day. His beautiful wife, Connie Cox, was in attendance, so I want to shout out to the Coxes, and just for the city for a great Flag Day event. Thank you. Thank Mr. Terry Cox for all his years of military service and his service as in the public safety service, because he was a police officer for the city of Romulus as well. So thank you, Terry Cox, for your years of service here in the city of Romulus. And then last week, I think, or the week before, the library kicked off their summer reading kickoff event. It was amazing. They had 400 people in attendance. It was just packed out over at the library. So shout out to the library for all the good things they're doing over there and for the great turnout for their summer reading kickoff event. Again, there were 400 people in attendance of that event. Also want to shout out to West Village off Ecorse in celebration for the open house that they had on last Saturday. Shout out to them. And then a vendor show that was hosted this past weekend hosted by Flowers in the Mitten. So we want to shout out to them for the vendor show that happened this past weekend as well. And then the Chamber had an outing. I wasn't in attendance, but I'm sure it was a great event for those who were in attendance. But we want to shout out to the Chamber for their golf outing this past last week. Rise Church, who kicked off their summer workshop in the park. Again, I wasn't able to attend, but I want to just give them encouragement for having their being creative in worshiping by doing it in the park. So shout out to Rise Church as well. And then we want to shout out to one of our local businesses that's located in the Metro Airport Center. Is Detroit International Advanced Manufacturing Technology Show. They always invite us to great events. They open it up to the city, and we went, and there was a couple of other people who attended as well. Just want to thank them for opening up their doors for us. They serve great food. I'm still trying to get my hands around what they actually do, but they always have great events. So thank you for the Detroit International Advanced Manufacturing Technology Show for their great event. And then lastly, I want to put out a reminder that we have, with this coming up on the summer months, we have some churches that are starting Vacation Bible School. The first church, Romulus, First Baptist Church of Romulus, located on Delano Street at, where's their address? I don't have it, I'll bring it to the next meeting. But they'll be starting their Vacation Bible School starting July 11th through the 15th. And I'm just encouraging people it's a great time for kids, bringing your kids, it's for adults, to bring your kids out. Great foundation to start, great foundational things for your kids to learn and for adults to learn. So that's the First Baptist Church on July 11th to the 15th. They'll have Vacation Bible School, and their Romulus Community Baptist Church is also having Vacation Bible School, and theirs is from July 25th to July 29th, and they're located at 6200 4th Street in Romulus. So note those two events that's coming up. I'm going to say reminders until those events come up for both those churches. I think it's a very important thing to get our young people, and even adults engaged. Vacation Bible School was very instrumental to me growing up at First Baptist, so I just want to put that out there. And then both of these churches are having church picnics. First Baptist Church Picnic that's opening up to the community is August 27th on a Saturday, and consequently, the Romulus Community Baptist Church Picnic is on the same day, August 27th. So both churches, First Baptist Church and Romulus Community Baptist Church, both will have their picnics on the same day, August 27th. So just keep them dates open if you have a preference, or to attend both. Just want to put that information out for the community. Both churches have opened both of these events, all these events that I've read for the community. And then lastly, our mayor has started town halls around our city. One of the things that's important to him and important to us is that our city is united. We are separated by an airport in the middle of our city, and it kind of divides us. So we're trying to find creative ways to keep everybody united and keep everybody engaged. We had a town hall at Rommel on June 21st. I want to shout out to the residents who came out and supported. They said they were going to stay engaged and stay connected, so I hope they do so. Our next one is July 13th, which will be our Hale Creek at 6 p.m. I hope people will come out. It's a time of just connecting with the mayor, connecting with the people, just staying connected and getting engaged, getting facts, getting information. I do encourage people to attend the town hall. So the next one is on July 13th at Hale Creek at 6 p.m. Stay connected, stay involved in our community. And then Bike Night, they have every Friday, Bike Night in our city. That's Big Steve's, he hosts them at the Artesian in our downtown, so we want to, if we can support that. And then lastly, we should gear up for our Relay for Life that's going to be coming up here real soon in September. Shona Civi Baum has been doing a great job as far as keeping those and organizing that event, so if we can support her, we should support her however we can as a city. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Talley. Ms. Williams, go ahead.
Yes, and I would just like to make this clear because I announced it at the last council meeting pertaining to Forgotten Harvest. Because school is out for the summer, I announced at the last council meeting that we would actually be starting at 10. I noticed in the community event flyer, it says 11. We have to make sure, because we get a lot of calls to the school. A lot of people are confused of who's doing this. It's not the schools, it's not the city, it's actually Forgotten Harvest through my organization. So if anyone have any questions, the school can't really answer the questions that they're bombarding the school with. So you can contact me at 734-673-8396. And again, starting tomorrow, we will be starting at 10 o'clock, not 11. Thank you.
Thank you.
If there's no more communications from council, that brings us to number 13th, adjournment, and the time is 8:14.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Roscoe for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Williams?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Talley?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved. Thank you.